This video will show you how to remove the stock front and rear brakes on all 2010 and newer Toyota 4Runners.
So our first step is to remove our brake pads from our caliper. We have a couple clips that we'll have to remove. We can slide out our 2 pins and then remove our pads. So first we can pop out this clip that's connected to our 2 pins. So we'll just push down on that and pop that out of the hole. And then we can slide that out of place. And then we can push forward on our pins to slide those out. And then we'll remove our second clip. Next we can remove our 2 pads. Now these are a little stiff in there, so I'm just gonna use a screwdriver in these 2 holes and just pry back and forth to slide our pad out. And then we'll do that same thing for our other pad. Next we can remove our 2 caliper bolts. So I'm going to grab a 19mm swivel socket to take these out. Now I'm going to leave this one in until we get our caliper hanger so we can hang this up and not put any pressure on our brake line. Next we're going to remove this 12mm bolt that holds our brake line bracket in. So we'll grab our 12mm socket to take that out. And we can pop that out of place. Next we can fully remove that last bolt that's holding in our caliper and use a caliper hanger or bungee cords to hang our caliper up. Now I'm just going to hook this to the spring and then remove our bolt. And then with our bolt removed, we can remove our caliper. So next we can remove our rotor. Now you have a couple options here. If your rotor just pulls right off, then great, you're lucky. If not, you can tap around the rotor with a rubber mallet since we are going to be replacing our rotors. Or since we have a threaded hole here, I'm going to be using an M8 by 1.25 bolt that we can thread in. And then we'll just take a 13mm socket on a ratchet to tighten that down, and that'll push the rotor away from the hub. And then once you get that to pop, you can pull your rotor the rest of the way off. So now moving on to the rear, we can remove our 2 slide bolts, remove our clamshell, and then use a caliper hanger to hang that up out of the way. So now I'm gonna grab our caliper hanger and just throw that on the spring for now. And then we'll take a 17mm socket to remove our 2 bolts. And then with our 2 bolts removed, we can wiggle our clamshell off and then hang that onto our caliper hook. Next we can remove our caliper bracket with our brake pads all in one. So we'll take a 17mm swivel socket to remove our 2 bracket bolts. Next we can remove our rotor. We're going to do this the same way we did the front. I've got our M8 by 1.25 bolt that we can thread into our rotor. And then we'll take a 13mm socket to tighten that down. And then once our rotor pops free, we can remove it.
Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things 4Runner, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.